like I say, the um, the 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 wantedness of Abraham Lincoln was raising up as he went to a fort to try and buy guns, and of course the gold that he was using was actually just brick that was covered in gold dust and melted. He tried to pull the guns. I forget who it was Irish or somebody, one of the other countries, people that were selling the guns, and maybe even the Birmingham people. I'm not exactly sure, but one of my other groups was selling the guns, and you could go to buy a gun at a fort basically, if you wanted to purchase a firearm. My forts would distribute one or two personal use weapons. Nothing of any great quantity though. You couldn't buy like 50 guns. You could buy like one gun because that's like, well, we're not going to give you the guns to come back and kill us with. So you can take the other guns or whatever. So that's not going to happen. But, I would sell like individual guns, um, you know, and people did buy guns. Usually lower quality guns or guns that I didn't really want or were cheap. You know, um, things that my men that were like a couple classes down, 3 classes down from what the weapons they used. So because I mean they usually get turned on them. So anyway, and nothing like a Gatling. I did sell a few though, but mostly the only people that I would sell a Gatling to were people like freedom fighters or people that I knew how were having a problem with somebody else. Like the Federales when they were trying to when I was heard that the Federales were going and killing people for the Republic, for the Republican Guard basically, for the Republicans. That would be people like Roosevelt and all of them. That was and Truman. Those people were the Republic basically, and they were trying to take over the country, pretty much. And Yankee, whatever, I don't really know. Anyway, so the manhunt for Abraham Lincoln grew and grew and grew, and like I said, there were quite a few countries that actually wanted him, or people from different countries that wanted him, and he was in my United States of America and riding my trains and riding my steamships. So like he was actually wanted. Man, he shaved his beard and would travel like that and probably lost the top hat. I think he went with another look or something like that. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure, but basically, they eventually did find him, and I'm pretty sure kill him. There is like 150 gold on his head or something like that, a fair amount of money. So for the actual Abraham Lincoln. So I'm pretty sure there was 5 women that had known that he was Abraham Lincoln and had turned him in or something like that, and they had been raped by him or something like that, and or chained. And plus, we had the evidence from the chained Amish country or town. They had women chained there, so we released those women, and also there were quite a few other boys that were shot in the encounter or something defending um, the Amish country. So anyway, so some of his sons had vowed vengeance against me, although it's like, you're in America? You were and it's like I was letting them kind of do whatever they were doing within their little whatever, but they actually killed their neighbors and were actually trying to say that their neighbor land was their land as well. And the Amish were just getting to be this problem that involved with Abraham Lincoln. So anyway, so my troops had to go there and deal with them, France, and also like these people just became a bigger problem for the world. So 150 gold later, and I had 3 heads in a jar that looked basically vaguely like Abraham Lincoln. So maybe 4. I don't really know, but anyway, I had 32 teams of 16 men per team or something like that. The manhunt got to be very big with a lot of writers and stuff looking for the Abraham Lincoln, and they found 4 possibles or something like that. And I was advised, and then so, and he was caught basically anyone like that caught saying that he was the president trying to ride for free, and you know, and that was that. So anyway. Um, I mean, hey, I'm Lucifer White Star, the real American president, and and then I had all these other people that were doing this con, cons in many ways. I mean, I said I would open elections, but then, past Nixon, I was like, all right, that's it, no more. I'm over it. I'm done. And so I was done with it because I wasn't going to let anyone else run my country or set my laws. And my laws were absolute. You can't even vote on them. My laws are the laws that are basically in there. And actually, I would probably take out quite a few loopholes because there's too much in there. So anyway, so I basically made my laws absolute, that they couldn't adjust their human rights. They couldn't adjust the equality between male and female, and they couldn't do anything basically like that. They can only govern basically projects and stuff like that, and even the spending of money. About all they can do is pay their friends. But anyway, there are lots of things, and problems and all that. But I mean, I have a big country, and it's a lot of different jobs and work and people. There's a lot of firefighters, a lot of police, there's a lot of oversight, a lot of checking, there's a lot of records, there's a lot, it's a real full-blown country. America is not just some, I have Panama, or I don't think I never sold Panama. That was actually going to be my country permanently, my little home, away from home. And I had a lot of food that was coming from there for America and a lot of other things, but then later on Cuba needed it and stuff. So I was like, well, we have our own farms now, so I guess we don't really need it, because before then, a lot of my money actually comes from Panama too, because it was selling worldwide. There's a lot of countries that needed food, and so I'd dip into the Panama food bin, anytime I needed a little extra, I'd be like, all right, take it from Panama if you can, because I had like all the farms in Panama, basically in Cuba, they pretty much, they were all mine, and so I'd dip into them anytime I needed. So for people, basically, pretty much, I'm the greatest person. Like I said, trainloads of mail to the American president, because so much food, so many ships, so much wood. It's a big, big country, and it's a lot of work, and there's a lot of farms that are now functioning because of Panama and everything else, and all the train rails and all the other stuff. I mean, it was me who basically did all this. So anyway.